Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and I'm here with a contest entry for killernerd75 or Mark, and definitely wanted to do this entry. Mark's got one of my favourite channels here on YouTube. He has some fantastic videos. I kind of wish that he would upload videos a little bit more regularly than he does, but that's just because I always am keen to see a new video for him because he always delivers fantastic content. So I had to enter, and the contest seems like a lot of fun. He's giving away some awesome prizes, and there's a bunch of pretty cool questions that he would like answered. So if you're not subscribed to killernerd75, obviously I highly recommend it, so I'll be leaving his channel link in the description box. If you are not subscribed to him, please do so. He is awesome. Alright, so he's having a 100 sub contest, so Mark, a massive congratulations. Certainly well deserved, and I wish you all the best for the future, and I'm sure you'll get many more subs as your channel grows. Alright, so 5 questions, so I'm going to get started. So question number 1, how did it all begin, your journey into horror? Alright, well, I can remember when I was about 10 years old, for my 10th birthday, I can remember being able to rent a horror movie from my local video store, and I used to rent videos out all the time as a kid, like pretty much it was a weekly occurrence. Back in the day, I can remember pretty much every video store having some really good deals, like you could hire, I don't know, like 3 or 5 weekly videos for a certain amount of money, and I used to do that pretty much on a weekly basis. But yeah, when I was about 10 and for the 10th birthday, I was allowed to hire or rent a horror video for the very first time. Now I wasn't allowed to rent anything out too violent or anything like that, but I'd been checking out the horror section for a while before I was actually allowed to rent one, and I'd been eyeing a movie called Child's Play. The cover art caught my attention. Now actually the sequel, Child's Play 2, the cover art for that caught my eye, but I rented the first movie out first and absolutely loved it, and ever since then I've pretty much been into horror films. So yeah, that experience, renting Child's Play for the very first time, was where my journey into horror all began. Alright, question 2. What do you like about horror? The 80s. I absolutely think that the 80s is the best decade for horror. And if there was no 80s horror movies in existence, I honestly would not like the genre as much as I do. So yeah, 80s horror, I absolutely like it, and it's my favourite thing about the genre. I love slasher movies as well, and I love the gore, just the different variety of kills that happen in slasher films. But yeah, so hopefully that answers question 2. Question 3 is, what do you not like about horror? I don't want to go on a massive rant here, but I despise what Hollywood is doing at the moment in terms of all this bullshit remakes. Hollywood and horror at the moment, I think, are majorly going downhill. There's no originality whatsoever anymore, and the majority of modern horror movies are just boring and nowhere near as good as they used to be. So definitely a lot of that just comes down to a lack of originality when it comes to recent modern horror movies, and all the remakes which are not necessary. Come up with original ideas. Honestly, I really think that it is not that hard to come up with an original concept for a horror movie. Alright, moving on. I don't want to rant too much on that. Question 4 is your least favourite subgenre. I'm kind of mixed between two. Well, I don't really like Italian horror all that much. Sorry, Italian horror fans, but I really don't. That's not really a genre, so I'm going with giallos, which is a pretty substantial Italian horror genre. Not really into giallos much at all. And I don't really like the extreme genre, like movies like August Underground and stuff like that. I don't get the appeal of them whatsoever. I think they are completely stupid and pointless, and I just don't like them at all. Alright, question 5 is, any changes that you would make to your favourite horror movie or a classic one? Well, I am going to go with Halloween. And the one change that I would make, if I could, is I would make the movie have more of a Halloween feel to it. Because although the movie is titled Halloween, obviously, and it is centered on Halloween night, it doesn't really have that Halloween feel to it. You know, there's no trick-or-treaters going around outside. There's no real decorations in any of the houses at all, really. So that is one change that I would definitely make. I would, you know, have it so it's got more of a Halloween vibe to it. Halloween 4 is the perfect example of that. I think out of every Halloween film, Halloween 4 has the best Halloween atmosphere to it. So if I could incorporate that into the original, that would be awesome. Alright, and the last question is question 6. Is there a remake that you would like to see of a crap movie or one with potential? This took a little bit of thought because there's not really that many crap movies that I want to see remakes of. But there is one film, and it's not a horror movie, that I would really like to see get remade. And I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't already, and that is Logan's Run from the 70s. Now, I don't think that it's a very good movie at all. I think the first half of the movie, when they're trapped in the dome, or the domed city if you like, was absolutely fantastic and worked really, really well. But then the movie really went downhill when Logan escaped the domed city, because basically at the age of 30 everyone dies. Like, you've got to sort of commit suicide or something when you turn 30. But Logan manages to escape, and after the escape, the movie is just so boring. I absolutely hated it. And I think, like with today's technology, the movie could be absolutely fantastic if it's remade. There's been a lot of really good sort of post-apocalyptic style movies lately, kind of similar to Logan's Run. And I think the whole concept of only being able to live till you're 30 is a pretty interesting idea. And the whole idea of a domed city is pretty awesome. So yeah, Logan's Run, I would really like to see that be remade actually. And as I said before, I'm actually really surprised that it hasn't been yet. So maybe one day, but that is my choice. Alright, so that has been it for my contest entry for killernerd75, or Mark's 100 subscriber contest. I hope you've enjoyed my entry, Mark, and as I said, you know, I think you have a fantastic channel. You're one of my personal favourite YouTubers on here. I'm really glad you're part of the community, and I'm really glad that we've become friends, so thanks a lot for that. But yeah guys, once again, Mark's channel link will be left in the description box, so if for whatever reason you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because he is absolutely awesome. Anyway, Mark, I hope you've enjoyed my entry, and I hope that I've answered the questions to your satisfaction. So I'll catch you later, and to everyone else, thanks for watching.